Good evening, everybody. This is your weekly recap of news with the last journalist left in the country, Yannis Pappas. That is my name, and Wasdadealis is my game. What a week in America, red, white, and blue. I'm talking to my coastal elites up in that bubble. Shout out, y'all. Shout out, y'all. I'm also talking to my Rust Belt Americans. Shout out, y'all. Football season's here, so I take it you're a little happier with your Bud Light Limes and coastal elites. Restaurants are back open! Sushi's available! Oh my God, wait, what? Are we getting sake? Everyone is getting back to normal. The borders are opening. International travel's coming. Hopefully this floods the stores and demand goes even farther up as we shoot back into the regular world and the supply chain cannot keep up with our demand. Let me tell you something. We are a fat kid who's been making weight. We've been trying to cut weight to get in shape for a heavyweight match. That's what COVID's been. Now the fight is over, and what do you think? A fighter like us. We're the Gypsy King, okay? We're Tyson Fury. The fight's over. What do we want to do now? Give me 100 cheeseburgers. Give it. I gotta get new furniture. I need a new house. People are buying. Mortgage rates are down. Everyone's getting loans. It's a fucking party. And it is gonna precipitate a nice little fucking bang, baby. Hit the cement. There's no water in the pool. Dive in, but there's no water in the pool. Inflation's at an all-time high. Joey B.E. Approval ratings in the 30s. What are you, a fucking Yanni middle school math test? Gas is almost at $4. Travis Scott, is he responsible for the deaths of the people in his audience? Or is Houston responsible for being in Texas and Texas is responsible because Texas loves to kill people? It's what they do. Kamala Harris asked NASA if they could possibly, from space, figure out how many trees are in each neighborhood by race so we can get environmental justice. I don't know what that means. I really suspect you don't know what that means. Most of all, I know she doesn't know what that means. But there's an article written about it. We will talk about it. China is building mock-ups of U.S. Navy ships so they can practice with missiles. Holy shit, baby! It's long days and lots of time!
Yannis Pappas. Yeah. When you all tucked up in the day been long, and the news online going on and on. What's right and wrong, and it's something up. Now here comes a great kid you know you can trust. From the true who's who, to the news and cameras, to the fake politics and the propaganda. Get his kids screwed in, got a lot to say. Oh shit, it's about to be a long day. It's a long day, it's a long day coming.
I don't even know why we did our recap at the beginning and did not mention the main story that is taking over our objective news media. We are living in an era where we have the best objective news. It is not editorialized. This podcast is not a spoof on modern media. This is a comedy show that pays reverence to the objective, principled media that only wants to give us the real story in an effort to inform and enlighten us. That is their only purpose. They're not selling ads like LongDays. They're not brought to you by Bespoke Post. They're just honest journalists looking to inform and enlighten the body politic. And that's why the story that they've been focused on most right now is good old Kyle Rittenhouse. Haven't heard that name in a while. Talk about an American celebrity. Thank you, Kyle Rittenhouse, for feeding our true crime genre thirst. As I mentioned last episode, you have to tip your hat to whoever makes the sacrifice for our entertainment and also makes a sacrifice for fodder, for news fodder. And Dave Chappelle's comedy special, I think's run its course. So now you can't really find any news that isn't Kyle Rittenhouse. I'll sum up Kyle Rittenhouse's case in a few words. White American kid with an AR-47. Just a regular Joe. Outside of any coastal town, that's just a regular Joe. Out for a stroll. Big deal. I'm his lawyer right now. Let's talk. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Kyle's a good kid. Just like your kid. He likes to play Call of Duty. He loves to binge Netflix shows. He loves to order Domino's late at night and dip the crust in ranch dressing. He likes to pop a few Trulies with his friends while his parents are asleep upstairs and he finger pops a girl in the basement. He likes to smoke a little weed and get philosophical with his friends and watch sports. He also likes to carry and walk around with an AR-47 during riots and protests. Just like your boy. Just like my boy. He likes to put on gloves and go down to the local protest and riot with an AR-47 for fun. He's a kid. He's a kid. He's an American red-blooded boy trying to meet girls. What boy in your family, I'm talking to the American people, which one of you has a young, hormone-riddled teenager at home who didn't go down to one of the riots to try to meet chicks? Who didn't carry an AR-47 in order to start a good conversation with a nice young lady he met? Teenage boys will do what teenage boys do. They play soccer, they play basketball, they play video games, and they shoot protesters with skateboards. Just like your son and mine. The prosecution will allege that my client, a boy, went down to the protests in order to viciously intimidate protesters who were protesting for just causes. I don't remember what they were. Nobody does. We've all blacked it out. It was a horrible summer. We've blacked it out like a child who's been molested by a Catholic priest. I don't remember unless I'm hypnotized. Like you. They'll try to paint him as an evil, Trump-supporting, right-wing Nazi who came down to this protest to kill. I offer you the truth. Kyle Rittenhouse is from the future. He was sent by Gabby Petito's family in the future where time travel becomes possible. He was sent to go back and find Brian Laundrie and murder him before he got a chance to take their sweet Gabby Petito. The problem is, Kyle Rittenhouse is bad with direction. He got lost. On his way to the closest national park, he got sidetracked. He saw a protest and he wanted to know if it was a sports team that had won a championship and he wanted to celebrate with them. Little did he know it was a Black Lives Matter protest and he got attacked by a white kid with a skateboard. And you know what they say, members of the jury? Never bring a skateboard to an AK-47 fight. Is it his fault that this tragic victim decided to bring a skateboard to an assault weapon fight? Not his fault. Just a boy defending himself against confused attackers who didn't know he was from the future trying to hunt down Brian laundry before Dog the Bounty Hunter got him. I rest my case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do what you think is best, but you all know we all have a child who walks around in American flag Crocs and carries an AK-47 and gets lost. Who doesn't have a son who's come from the future to rescue someone who's been murdered by a boyfriend? We all have. The kid's getting off. He was attacked, right? Some kid tried to hit him with a skateboard. Another kid had a gun. What did he shoot? 3 protesters? Okay, were any of the protesters that he shot white women? Jesse, the answer is no. So the public interest in this case, I would gauge, is about a 0. No matter how much the media tries to put on this, I don't think anyone gives a shit about Kyle Rittenhouse. But it's a nice try by the media to try to protect us from some harder truths that are going on right now. Kyle Rittenhouse is dominating the headlines midweek right now, but let me tell you why. The reason is they're trying to hide the real miscarriage of justice that is happening in this country. And that is that Paul Rudd has been named the sexiest man alive by People magazine. I will not stand for this disinformation. Okay? They're out there chasing every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's trying to push ivermectin on you. Ivermectin cures COVID. If you can get your hands on the horse paste, better. Okay? Stop it. This is the disinformation we should be focused on. Prove to me that ivermectin doesn't help cure COVID. If I take ivermectin and I recover, it doesn't matter what else I did. I use ivermectin. I put ivermectin on my fucking smoothie, buddy. I'll sprinkle it in my fucking smoothie. You can't prove it. But what you can prove is that fucking Paul Rudd, who's a squeak. I mean, movie stars usually, to be able to fit into those movie screens, average about 5'4", 5'5". Sylvester Stallone, Tom Cruise, Ben Stiller, Paul Rudd. These are all small kids. There's a reason why Kevin Nealon didn't have a fucking huge career. It's because the kid's too small. He can't fit in a screen. They like their actors small, so then when they're, it's all for camera angles. You don't want to have fucking The Rock and then next to Rachel Dratch because she's so short. I don't know why my mind is bringing me to former SNL cast members, but that's just what happens sometimes when you want to think about the glory days. You go back in time when things were good. Paul Rudd. Now, I don't dispute the fact that he still looks young. Okay? He looks young, but as we know, that is because of the adrenochrome that he has a steady supply of. He does look young. When you see Paul Rudd, you're like, why does he still look the same exact age? And then you look at how he's held up. But to call him one of the sexiest men on the planet, who are we bypassing? First of all, we're bypassing Denzel, Brad Pitt, Ryan Reynolds, who women love, Leonardo DiCaprio, George Clooney. Who else? God, I wish I just had a gay correspondent right now who could be like, just fucking ring them out, like 100 of them. But this will not stand. This will not stand. And I'll tell you why. Josh Gad. I don't even know who that is. Okay? Greg Gutfield. Anderson Cooper. Dan Soder. Andrew Schultz. He's sexier than Andrew Schultz. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, dog? You go see Andrew Schultz. There's a good chance you're going to fucking get a t-shirt shot at you through a t-shirt gun. Bradley Beal. What was his name? Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper. These are the previous winners of the sexiest man. Ben Affleck, the kid who played the fucking superhero, who's super woke on Twitter. What's his name? That kid over there. Superhero one with the beard. Keep going. Down to the bottom. Keep going. Now go to the right. Go to the right. Go right. Go to the right. Boom. You were just on it. Go to the right. Right there. No, you were just on it. Yeah, this guy. You were just on it. That guy. Where are you going? No, not that guy. Down one. That white guy. Chris Evans. I mean, if you follow his Twitter, you would think he's AOC's campaign manager. And the kid was in a fucking Marvel movie that sells to China. But he is a handsome fucking drop of water. Chris Evans. So we're passing up Chris Evans to give it to Paul Rudd? Paul Rudd is not the sexiest man alive unless you want to have an anxiety-ridden sex escapade with him where he goes, yeah, can we turn off the lights, please? And then he tries to ease a small dick on you with lots of making out conversation, you know? Women don't like that. Show me one woman who thinks that Paul Rudd is the sexiest man alive. This is why people don't trust the media, okay? It's not because they have conflicting advice on what you should do with your mask. It's because Paul Rudd has been deemed the sexiest man alive. Who the fuck is deciding that? Other than whatever public relations rep he paid to pay People Magazine to put it in, because let me guess, he's got a fucking movie coming out. And let me guess, it's gonna be a high budget movie. I don't know anything. You're watching this live. We're Googling it to see if my instincts are correct on why Paul Rudd beat out Chris Evans as the sexiest man alive. I would go gay for pay with Chris Evans in a second. Paul Rudd, dude, who would go gay for Paul Rudd? I don't even want to have a cup of coffee with Paul Rudd. He's uninteresting, he's slightly funny, and he's short. Oh, look at this. Paul Rudd has a movie coming out, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Isn't that a redundancy? Aren't the ghosts already fucking dead? I mean, when are we going to hire some of these QAnon guys to write an original script for these studio heads so they don't have to keep remaking all these movies that already have 3 or 4 in their franchise? Why are we watching another Ghostbusters movie? Dan Aykroyd is a full-time alien researcher. It's over. It's over. The black guy who was in that movie, who nobody knows who he was, who I haven't seen him in a movie since, he's 90, dog. He's in an old folks home. The Ghostbusters are over. Didn't we do a female Ghostbusters recently? Okay. Why the fuck is Paul Rudd starring in another Ghostbusters when there are trans actresses who are waiting for Ghostbusters with an asterisk on it? Ghostbuster women. We want to see female Ghostbusters starring Rachel Levine. Women with Adam's apples. I mean, how are they giving another... They made another Ghostbuster and they decided to make him another white guy Ghostbuster? Bullshit. Bullshit. I want to see trans Ghostbusters. Can you imagine if you were haunted by a trans ghost?
She could have played Slimer.
Yeah, Rachel Levine could have definitely played Slimer with that hairdo. It would have saved a lot of the budget on special effects. I'm sorry. I'm a notice. So Paul Rudd, leading man in another Ghostbuster movie coming up. I don't know what's going to... It's called Ghostbuster Afterlife. I thought the ghosts were already dead, but apparently they're dead twice. Ghostbusters Afterlife is what it's called. I mean, so I am correct. He was named sexiest man in the universe by Marvel Studios to promote his movie. What does it say on the cover? Hold on. Yeah. Oh, a marvel of a man. You're welcome. Oh, what a pun. Who thought of that pun? Do you think if you're a journalist at People Magazine, it's almost like being a stand-up comedian on a cruise ship? Like you want to jump off every day? Like you just want to put a gun to your head and say, I went to Columbia Journalism School. I wanted to get to the bottom of investigating some of the financial discrepancies in corporations. But instead they're going, hey, we got Marvel on the horn. We got Marvel on the horn. We want to go with a cover story. How's this line for a pun? A marvel of a man. He's got a Marvel movie coming up. He's a marvel of a man. You're welcome. And here he is just posing. He looks pretty good when they airbrush his ass, right? But he does still look young for, how old is Paul Rudd at this point? I want you to give me his age, and then I just for fun want to know his height. I want to know his height. I can't drink coffee anymore, says Hannah Gatsby as straight Yanni, and Yanni as Hannah Gatsby would be funny. Someone says he's 1,000 years old. Dan Aykroyd got a ghost blowjob and everyone forgets. Someone says Paul Rudd is 7 in dog years and 4'6". Yeah, I mean, they passed up John Stamos for Paul Rudd as the sexiest man alive. I will not stand for this disinformation brought to you by Marvel Studios. Okay, I was a little wrong about Paul Rudd. Is he 5'10"? That's a true stat? God, I just disseminated fake news onto you. Paul Rudd is a little bit more of a stud than I thought. 5'10", you put that kid in Air Max, he's a 6-footer. That kid wears 95s. You could go up to 6'1" with Air Max 95s. I apologize to Paul Rudd, to his representatives, to his lawyers, to Marvel Studios, to People Magazine. Paul Rudd is a candidate for sexiest person alive at 5'10". I just thought, like, if you asked any woman, no woman would ever say a guy under 5'9" could be sexiest man alive. Okay? Enough with the fake news. Enough. But Paul Rudd, hats off to you, dude. You're taller than I thought. What can I tell you? Sometimes good journalism is learning the truth while you're doing it. And it's good to know that I could have a conversation eye to eye with Paul Rudd, man to man, and we'd be on equal footing. Judd Apatow is shaking watching this. Cute and Skittish says, I had a dream I made a cameo in a movie and looked super tiny compared to everyone else in the shot. LOL. Sometimes you look down and you just get a nice snoozer. Did you find a good pizza place in the burbs? No. Leonardo DiCaprio for sexiest of all time. Dude is out there scalping Bezos' side pieces. Scalping is pretty funny when you're referring to somebody's body count. He's out there fucking scalping chicks. So that is the tale of two cities right there. On the one hand, we got Kyle Rittenhouse on trial. And then in some positive news, Paul Rudd is the sexiest man in America, a marvel of a man. I'm sure Paul Rudd, I'm sure they polled a lot of women, and women there was only one name on their mind. Have you ever heard Paul Rudd come up as a sexy from a woman? Has anyone ever mentioned Paul Rudd and sexy in the same fucking sentence? Has it ever happened that Paul Rudd was mentioned by one heterosexual woman? No. You know who women like? Ted Bundy. You know? For some reason, Ryan Reynolds is universally liked. You can even ask like a 400-pound black woman. She'd be like, Ryan, that boy's cute. Right? Oh my God. Oh my God. You talking about the Green Lantern? Oh my God, he's cute. That white boy, cute. He is universally considered to be sexy. You ask about Leonardo DiCaprio, women always go, I like him in The Departed, but I don't like him in this. Brad Pitt, I like him in this, but I don't like him in that. Ryan Reynolds, 100%. 100% accuracy of all races. You can ask an Indian woman who just got here. She'll say Ryan Reynolds. I don't know what it is, dog. I don't see it. Dan the Man 814 says, just told my wife about Rudd. Her reaction was pure disgust. T.Zealot, Paul Rudd equals sexiest man and Yanni the most shadow banned man. Paul Rudd and Jenny Aniston were porking in a movie. Oh, God. Burbs 59 says, he's not the sexiest man, he's the cuckiest man in the world. Charles Stevens says women want makeup and shoes. So no shade. I'm not trying to show any shade on Paul Rudd. I'm just exposing here how I don't think that this is a pure system. I suspect that he had a movie to promote, and damn was I right. He is a bankable star, though. Wasn't he Ant-Man? He was Ant-Man. Now he's a Ghostbuster. Brian Williams is leaving ABC after 28 years. One of America's most recognized anchors, leaving NBC after 28 because he says, and I quote, this is from Brian Williams, I had a great time at NBC, but now it's time for me to focus on my own podcast. I will be starting it as a side project for me and Anna Faris. You may know her from the Scary Movie trilogies, who now has a very popular podcast of her own and is an intriguing young lady who's friends with my daughter. And my daughter suggested it would be good for my brand if I started a podcast with Anna Faris called Chicago Homicide Stories. So I will be discussing with Anna Faris the murders that happened on the south side of Chicago on our new podcast called Second City is Lit. With Brian Williams and Anna Faris from the Unqualified podcast. Thank you to my daughter. Follow me on Instagram, Brian Williams, money sign, hashtag three heart emojis and one money sign, conglomerate, B will dogs, ya heard. So that's exciting for Brian Williams that he's starting his own podcast. He also says, follow me on Twitch. So good luck to Brian Williams in your new endeavor with Anna Faris. I definitely want to hear about the Chicago homicide rate in South Chicago and hear what kind of, hijinks you and Anna Faris can kick up. It's not everyone who could make that funny. And I think if there is a comedy team that could do it, it's Brian Williams and Anna Faris. I'm very excited to have this new sponsor on, especially because the holidays are coming up. And here's the deal. ShipStation just makes shipping anything super, super, super easy. And that is what makes a damn good business in today's world. If you sell anything online, okay, you know how super frustrating it can be. There's so many carriers, there's a ton of factors that go into figuring out what's the best rate over the other, blah, 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 blah. And, people shopping online just keeps increasing. So ShipStation has come in now, and they make shipping the easy part of running your online store, okay? So if you have an online store, you know that this is the craziest time of year. So you get back to what you're passionate about, and that's growing your business, and you let ShipStation do the rest. What they do is easily import orders from every sales channel. Doesn't matter whether that's Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or your own website, okay? So anything. And they automate just about any shipping task. all from one easy-to-use dashboard. You got to go to ShipStation.com and just see how user-friendly it is. This is the time to do it, man. ShipStation works with all major carriers, international, local, including FedEx, UPS, USPS, the Postal Service. You can get access to discounted rates that are usually reserved for, the bigger companies. So not only is the shipping easy, which is what I love, you can actually save money. And who don't like saving a little money? That's why 98% of companies that use ShipStation for a year keep using them as long as they're in business, which we hope is forever, because it just is that good, my friends. So this holiday season, use my promo code FUMES to get a 60-day free trial, just enough time to handle the holiday rush. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top, enter the code FUMES. ShipStation, make ship happen, guys. Go, if you're selling anything online, and just check it the hell out. Or even if you're, using Amazon, eBay, Etsy, whatever it is, you can ship it very easily with ShipStation to who wants to get it. Ship happens. Guys, when we make promo videos to promote the podcast, put up little clips, clip it. We use Canva Pro. Everybody needs this nowadays. You got to make your video and your content litty. And you can do that with Canva Pro. It's a design platform that empowers you to create and share your content with just a few clicks, my friends. Very easy to use, very designer friendly. They got thousands of templates that are easy to customize. They got endless fonts, photos, videos, just whatever you want to do to add some personality and edge to whatever you're designing. From sharing, editing, commenting in real time, Canva Pro helps you stay organized on the same page and on the top of team projects. No more misplaced files or tedious back and forth. It just is such a nice template. You got to check it out. It's the fun part about it. You and 4 teammates can unlock everything Canva Pro has to offer for just $12.99 a month. And with Canva Pro's content planner, you'll save time planning, creating, and posting social media content too. So pause schedule posts and edit them anytime. Canva Pro, sign up with them, and they will act as your production for whatever you're trying to put out there. It's absolutely amazing. It's an all-in-one. It just makes it so easy, and that's why I love Canva Pro. You just sign up, and boom, you get it done yourself. So, design like a pro, my friends. Put your content out there so it looks crispy and delicious with Canva Pro. You get a free 45-day extended trial when you use my promo code FUMES. So just go to canva.me/fumes to get those free 45-day extended trial. That's Canva, canva.me/fumes. Canva.me/fumes. Go there. Okay, and make your content look crispy. Your videos, your social media, your website, whatever. Make it hot with Canva.me/fumes. Fellas, you know how much I love the Box of Awesome from Bespoke Post. We talk about it all the time. I love the different boxes that they offer. I just got the Traveler, which comes with a nice little sweet bag for my road trips, but go check them out for yourself. Bespoke Post has partnered with all these small businesses and emerging brands to bring you these unique goods every month. It's so fun. No matter what you're into, Box of Awesome has got you covered, man, with these fun little boxes. And they're fun gifts you can send to people for the holidays as well. Something different. They got from everything from craft beers to camping gear essentials, everything in between. Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life, guys. It's very simple. To get started, you take the quiz at boxofawesome.com, and your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. And they release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories, so who knows what you're going to get. It's free to sign up. And you can skip a month or cancel anytime. It's very, very user-friendly and safe. Each box costs about $45, but here's the deal. You get $70 worth of gear inside when you sign up. So that's a deal. I'm no mathematician, but that's a deal. Plus, with each box of awesome, you're supporting small business, which is what I love to do. So 90% of everything that comes into your box of awesome is from a small and up-and-coming brand. So that's what makes it so great. So you get these boxes, what they are. You get boxes, and there's different things in them, and, you see what they are. Oh, this is cool. I got a knife. I got this craft beer. I got, this bag, this traveler bag, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they keep coming to you. Send them to people. Get one for a gift for Christmas or Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, Kwanzaa. So all you got to do to get 20% off your first monthly box, that's a lot, when you sign up at boxofawesome.com, you know the code FUMES at checkout. Boxofawesome.com, code FUMES for 20% off your first box. Go check it out, get yourself some goodies, and have fun with it. Aaron Rodgers, man. I don't know who listens or watches this podcast from the Green Bay area, but it's not Aaron Rodgers' fault that sports journalists did not have any follow-up questions when he said he was immunized. Okay? They said, have you been vaccinated? He said, yeah, I've been immunized. Okay? He'd been immunized. A lot of people are saying that he was deceptive in that argument. They even forced this great man to walk back that comment and apologize for deceiving people and say, hey, I just want to get back to football. Okay? He's like that quarterback in the Jerry Maguire movie. He's like, I don't know, man, I just want to play football. Leave me alone. I want to play football, and then apparently I want to play backup guitar for Pearl Jam after the season's over. Aaron Rodgers is the equivalent of a draft dodger, says Solois16. Here's the deal. I blame the sports journalists. If it was any other question, they would have 100 million follow-up questions. One guy answers the question, yeah, I was immunized. That doesn't make you a little suspicious? They said, are you vaccinated? He goes, and then he went, I was immunized. Did you see the way he answered that? He just kind of looked down, he pulled his hat, and he went, I'm immunized. He answered it like he was trying to, when you forget someone's name and you're like, what's up, John? Yeah, I was immunized. No follow-up questions. That's a failure of sports journalism. At that point, you're supposed to say, Aaron Rodgers, you're maybe the greatest quarterback of all time. Definitely one of the two best, skills-wise. You're the best in the league. You're the most exciting player to watch. You're the leader of the Green Bay Packers. You're the face of football. You're one of the most famous people in the country. We got a few extra questions. What did you get? Extra, read all about it. Did you go Pfizer? Did you go Moderna? People want to know what the face of football chose. Was it Johnson & Johnson? Are you a man of the people? Which one did you choose? Okay, follow-up questions. Was it Pfizer? Are you really gay? Are the rumors true? Come on! Let's get to the hard-hitting questions. Aaron Rodgers, do you like men? There's rumors, okay? But there was also rumors that Richard Gere used to stick a gerbil in his ass, and that was before the internet where you could just start a rumor and nobody could go check it. Those were the fun days, right? You remember where Phil Collins wrote that song because somebody killed his brother in a boat, and then he invited that guy there and sang the song in front of him, and then the police came and arrested him. That was QAnon before QAnon. That was like when you could just make up a story and everyone believed it for years. For years and years and years, I can't tell you how many times me and some other person had a good laugh about picturing Richard Gere taking his gerbil out every night to go to sleep and then putting it back in so he can have his day comfortable the way that he likes it. Because apparently the story was Richard Gere just liked to live life, meaning he would shoot his movies, and the only thing that made him calm, what was his Lexapro, was a live gerbil in his ass trying to find out where he was and trying to feel around. That Richard, some kid just created a rumor and said Richard Gere puts a gerbil in a plastic bag and sticks it in his ass, and he likes to feel it crawl around. Nobody had follow-up questions. Nobody said, hey, how long can a gerbil live in Richard Gere's ass? Science never weighed in. That's why we don't trust Fauci. We don't trust science. They never give us the questions. They never give us the answers to the questions we really want to know. Is it even possible to live your life with a gerbil in your ass that's live? How do you know when you got to take a shit? Does it feel the same? How does it not distract you when you're reading your scenes? Opposite Julia Roberts in Pretty Women. Can you tell when you're watching him act that he's reacting to a gerbil frantically trying to find his way out of his ass? Those were the fun days. Those were the fun days. Salios, 16. They had to cut the audio because Yannis is doing his Hitler impersonation again. Oh, the audio's gone again? Okay, well, just, I don't know why that happens. Did I get a phone call from my brother again? There's just no way to stop. They just probably cut the audio because they contacted Richard Gere and I'm bullying Richard Gere. That is what Zuckerberg is trying to do right now to clean up his image. He's trying to just censor every comedian who may say something that could be considered bullying. I don't care. I'm going to keep posting on Instagram. Shadow ban me all the fuck you want. YannisPappasComedy.com for tickets. A whole bunch of new dates have just gone the freak up. New Jersey, December. I'm going to be at Uncle Vinny's. Get your tickets. I'm going to be all over the place. YannisPappasComedy.com for your tickets. Patreon.com/Yanni LongDays for a bonus episode every week and other content. We need you guys to join the Patreon because we're now going twice a week. We're doing a news episode for your Saturday, like we've always been doing, and now we're adding a guest chat episode every Thursday. So that means my budget's just gone up. So I need you guys to join the Patreon, please. Patreon.com/Yanni LongDays. Go join. Pause due to a poor connection. Now they're just taking me out. I have a poor connection. That's what Facebook is saying. Shadow banning my ass. I'm losing my fucking audience here. Big news. Big news out of the Marjorie Taylor Greene section of this country, which I like to consider the most entertaining section of this country. Whenever Marjorie Taylor Greene talks, I listen, as should you, because there's only one person in this country right now that has the temerity, the balls, the courage, the piety to speak the truth, and that is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene has said, after talking to people in prison, that she has found that Republicans and the Nation of Islam have a lot in common. They got a lot in common. And I would love to read to you what our truth teller, she is our oracle, if you will. I mean, this is hilarious. Instagram has completely blocked me from live right now. You're having no trouble on the internet, right? I mean, right now, Instagram is preventing me from going live. So something I said on live is just, it's funny. Like, I cannot get on Instagram live. Unbelievable. They're trying to get rid of me. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, when you look, just look that up. As they're telling my followers that they've started a video. Finally, they gave me back. Apparently, Richard Gere, somebody who knew Richard Gere slipped into my live and shut me down. It's not my fault, Richard Gere. You remember that rumor, right?
Oh, yeah, it's the best.
That was the best. And we just all believed it was true for years.
And debated it.
Debated for years whether it was true that Richard Gere let a gerbil live rent-free in his asshole every day. And we would talk about how that would work. In fact, I think one of my friends actually bought a gerbil, put him in a plastic bag, and saw if it was possible to get a live gerbil in your ass. I mean, that brings up a lot of complications. The guy's alive. You got to really open your asshole to stick him in. So before we get to Marjorie Taylor Greene, as Jesse looks up the article, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nation of Islam. Travis Scott, his concert, obviously very tragic. There was a loss of life. I think 8 people died. One of them was 9 years old. I think one of them was 14. It does beg the question, though, like, why has someone let a 9-year-old go to a Travis Scott concert? And is Travis Scott responsible for not stopping the concert? That's not his fault. Do you hold him liable for the people's death in the audience? Or is that the concert promoter's fault? I mean, they packed him in like sardines, dude. That looked like a Japanese subway during rush hour. That's what that concert looked like. And they're blaming Travis Scott for continuing to perform like he's supposed to know what's going on when there's a sea of people, of kids in front of him. There was more than 50,000 fans at his show. How is he supposed to know that people are getting crushed while he's performing? Dude, you can't hear anything. That's the concert promoter's fault. That's where, hey, baby, if you have a concert in Texas, and, this was at the same time that Luis J. Gomez was having his Skank Fest. So it's like, hey, next time Luis J. Gomez has Skank Fest South and there's a rap concert, which one are you going to go to? Maybe the one that you're not going to die at. And ironically, most people would think that was Skank Fest South. But it happened to be the Travis Scott concert. Here's the deal. You go to a concert in Texas, there's no rules, baby. It's Texas. Anything can happen. No regulations. They do not let the government tell them what to do. This concert promoter had no safety regulations, and he is not accountable for any regulation that he needs to meet. There's no standard. He just packed them in. You're on your own in Texas. It's free the way George Washington and God intended. Red, white, and blue, it's on you. That is the motto of Texas. Red, white, and blue, it's all on you. You're free to do what you want. You're a 9-year-old. I guess nobody was checking IDs at the Travis Scott concert where a 9-year-old went in there to hear rap lyrics that undoubtedly had some curse words in them. My wife won't even let my baby watch Coco Melon because she feels like it's created by the CCP in order to brainwash them, let alone would I ever let my 9-year-old daughter go to a fucking concert. I don't even care if that concert is being held at Carnegie Hall and it's classical music. I don't give a shit if the fucking cartoon from Frozen is singing. My daughter's not going to a fucking concert at 9 years old. She's going to daycare and she's going home. It was a 9-year-old. Tragic. But I'm not going to blame Travis Scott, okay? That kid didn't rise up out of poverty to become one of the biggest rap stars in the country to get taken down by people crushing other people in the audience. Survivors have described the horror as a whirlpool of people moving towards the stage during Scott's performance Friday night. Kid's popular. Kid is popular. It's a tragedy these kids died. Just kids and people falling and people trying to reach up like they're reaching up for you. I really heard people screaming like, help me, please. How can Travis Scott hear that while he's performing? He can't hear that, dog. Not his fault. Which begs the question. I bet you a lot of these charismatic people on stage, a few people got crushed. You know what I'm saying? You think when Mussolini was really getting into it? When Mussolini was really feeling it, I bet you there was a little bit of a bum rush to the stage. I also want to know, at the Coliseum, where did people go to the bathroom? Did they have stalls in the Coliseum? And did fights break out like they do between like sports fans in stadiums? Was it just Roman dudes in togas? Some dudes peeing next to the other guy, and next thing you know, a brawl breaks out, and it gets broken up by dudes with swords. I guess back then bouncers just had swords, so they would just come in and break it up just by killing you. They would just slash you, or maybe there was no brawls because they knew that the guards were soldiers and that they would kill you. But I bet you it was the same thing as now. Like you go to like a football game and a fight breaks out in the stands between fans. I mean, the same thing happened back in Rome, when some Roman gladiator from the city of Rome was fighting someone from Pompeii, and there was fans from Pompeii there, wearing grapes on their head or whatever their city's emblem was. And they're like, yo, fuck you. No, fuck you. My gladiator's the best. Next thing you know, they were just fist-a-cupping in sheets. At least 18 lawsuits have been filed in Harris County District Court in Texas related to Astroworld and the tragedy. A Houston attorney has filed 68 lawsuits for injured victims. Who are they suing, though? Ooh, the list of defendants, Live Nation. Ooh, that's a biggie. Live Nation, oh, God, they're about to take a hit. They just took a long, big hit under COVID. So they lost a lot of money, and this is going to be a massive lawsuit. They're also going after Travis Scott, Drake, who was there, NRG Park, where the festival took place. And the lawsuit is going to include the security company and potentially others. Damn, they are suing everybody, man. Everybody. How can you sue the park? I mean, Texas is wild, dog. It's like when they lost power and shit, because they have all that like deregulated companies running the power. It's like, hey man, like it's Texas, dog. It's a free for all, Whenever you go down to Texas, if you got a mask on during COVID, people look at you like you're wearing an ISIS t-shirt. They look at you like, look at this un-American communist, ISIS terrorist. Let alone if someone asks for ID or for regulations for a concert, they're going to be like, hey, man, grow up, grab your balls. This is Texas. Do you want to see the concert or not? And then some 9-year-old says, yeah, I do. I really want to see the concert. And they say, how old are you, kid? I'm not sure if you can be here. And he goes, I'm 21. And they're like, send him in. We ain't letting Nancy Pelosi regulate this concert. 9-year-olds welcome. Am I right about that? What was the ages of the kids who died? I'm pretty sure it aged from 9 to 27. There was 8 victims. I know a lot of people were injured. But women in Texas should just go to a Travis Scott concert if they don't want the baby. That's from Nor Windarv, who says that's, I guess, an alternative, is to just get kind of smashed around at a Travis Scott concert. I mean, if you don't want to be reported on for getting an abortion, that is what this gentleman is saying. That is the danger of comment roulette. I just looked at and read. Coffee and Cat says, I live in Houston. There are all sorts of crazy rumors and things happening. Like what, Coffee Cats? Grimace in Pain says, ambulance rolled in and he kept playing Not a Good Look. Okay, yeah. Ambulance rolled in and he kept playing. Not a good look. Could he see the ambulance, though? In a sea of 50,000 people, it's kind of hard to know what's going on, So I don't know. Also, is it his responsibility to stop playing? Like, he just shows up and plays. This is one of those lawsuits. I'm very intrigued to find out who actually gets sued and who's actually responsible. Because is it really on Travis Scott to know what's going on with the venue? With 50,000 people there? It's hard to tell what's going on. It's nighttime. It's not like a proper venue. It's a park. It's not like it's well lit. It's not like it's used to having concerts. I mean, I'm guessing Live Nation is going to be responsible. I don't think the security, I don't think you can make a case for the security company. It's hard to get to people. You know, I think it's going to be I think Live Nation is going to be in trouble, man. And man, they already took a huge hit. Lost a lot of money not doing live events. So this is big. This could be big. So the victims were 27, 23, 23, 21, 20, 14, 21, and 16. So none of them were 9. So this is not a real news show. But I did read somewhere that a 9-year-old was there and injured. Can you Google that? Because I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, everything I just said was a lie. Instagram is trying to enslave and silence our Greek emperor. Thank you, Omar is Wild.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I was right. So 9-year-old Ezra Blount is fighting for his life after being trampled. So I am right. There was a 9-year-old boy there. That I think you can put on the security company, no? So that one's, you can't be 9 years old to go to a rap concert. All right? Is there a Texas law that says you can be fucking 9 at a concert? Did he have his parent with him? I mean, what are they, just fucking 9-year-olds walking around looking for Coachella? Live Nation, Jason the Ryan says, Live Nation has a ton of previous lawsuits over safety concerns. This could be bad for Live Nations. McDonald's and Travis Scott getting us fat and sacrificed. I didn't know who Travis Scott was aside from knowing he had a McDonald's meal. Rumors, Travis Scott is a satanic worshiper. I saw this. That's why he was singing and staring at the dead dude. Haha. Yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, the internet's undefeated with its conspiracies. I'm not sure that Travis Scott is a Satanist. I'm not sure if this was a satanic ritual to sacrifice people. I'm not sure. I'm going to lean towards no on that one. I'm going to lean towards no unless there's more evidence. And I will be waiting for QAnon's thorough investigation into whether that is what actually happened. And I'm sure that QAnon will find a way to tie it to the high Satan priestess herself, Hillary Clinton. And unless it's tied to Hillary Clinton, I don't buy it. Because Hillary Clinton killed those kids. What if Travis Scott was Hillary Clinton? She shape-shifted into him. We all know Hillary Clinton can shape-shift. Coffee and Cat says, I seen little girls on their daddy's shoulders at an ICP show in Houston. Yeah, I mean, it's Texas, man. Texas has like less regulations with everything, period. It's a free-for-all, you know? Live Nation's in trouble. Travis Scott's probably scared. I don't know if anyone will be criminally prosecuted, but I heard rumors that he may be criminally prosecuted for this, that he may be. But, you know, hearts out, obviously, to Ezra Blount, the 9-year-old, and all the other victims. Horrible, and a lot of people were injured. It was tragic. I saw a lot of videos on TikTok. You know, it's just great to know that people start filming when something like this happens. So, big tragedy. So, if you go to a concert in Texas, bring fucking body armor, man. Or, I don't know, ask someone to live stream it for you. I mean, 50,000 people. How big is this park? Isn't that like close to a football stadium? 80,000 can fit in a football stadium. So there was 50,000 people at this concert. How big was the park? Because when you look at the videos of it, I mean, they were, dude, it looked like a Japanese subway at 8 a.m. Japan time. I mean, they're like sardines in there, dude. I don't even think you can blame Travis Scott. I feel like this would have happened anyway. I understand someone tried to steal his sneakers. People started pushing, but like, look at that shit, man. I mean, it is fucking packed in there. If you have to go to the bathroom, what are you doing there? If you have 50,000 people, how many stalls did they have out there? I think that we're going to see a lot of heat come down on Live Nation and the promoters. I mean, damn, dude, imagine you're in the middle of that and you have to go to the bathroom. Like, seriously, what do you think you do? Do you just pee in a Gatorade bottle? Wow. Is that it right there? My God, dude. It looks like D-Day. It looks like D-Day Times Square. Yeah. Well, Yanni You know Yanni's getting old because he's only worried how people are going to use the bathroom. Guess who just joined? Uncle Paulie just came into the live chat. Let me tell you something. My name's Uncle Paulie. I'm from Queens, New York. There's 3 things I care about: the Mets, the Jets, and Republican values. So if you come to Uncle Paulie's Deli, make sure you don't have your fucking vax card. Because I ain't letting anybody in with a fucking max, and I ain't letting anyone in with a fucking max card. Line up to the right, and I'll get you your fucking sandwich. Here we go. We got the Godfather. We got the Hamilton Avenue special. We got the Keith Hernandez's mustache. We got the Mookie Wilson. We got the Kevin Mitchell, and of course the Darryl Strawberry, which is a fucking Italian hero with strawberries on him. And of course, we got cannolis from Brajoli's Deli Bakery down the block. They're fucking made fresh by Marie and Janine, who are fucking my friends I grew up with out there. We're over there in Ridgewood, Queens out there. Go fucking Mets. Go fucking Mets. Welcome to Uncle Paulie's. Welcome to Uncle Paulie's, where cops and firefighters always eat free. Welcome to Uncle Paulie's, where there's 1 bathroom for the men and 1 bathroom for the girls, and there ain't no fucking 3rd bathroom. Welcome to Uncle Paulie's. We only serve 2 genders. Welcome to Uncle Paulie's. For 15% off, please say AOC is dead to me code. Uncle Paulie's throughout the Los Angeles area. Of course, this is all jokes. Uncle Paulie's is a great sandwich shop in Los Angeles. He's got locations until he burns them down for the insurance money. I'm just kidding. Uncle Paulie's. They serve all. They love all. I'm joking. Erica Rosa says, Uncle Paulie sounds like good people to me. Omar Oswald. Uncle Paulie's. What's a trans? Kennedy Tellerico, Uncle Paulie's, there's enough garlic in his sauce. Back to some fun. Norwin Adarv says Kyle Rittenhouse and Travis Scott should do a collab and see how many people they can kill in a night. I'm sorry I read that. That is the danger of comment roulette, baby. It's, you spin the barrel of the gun, and once in a while there's a bullet in there that could demonetize your boy. Aunt Paulina's taco truck. Uncle Paulie's 2024 with an American flag. Oh, God. Oh, that was funny. Coffee and Cat says, my family's from Bayside, Queens. I need a deli down here. Cat's Deli in Houston isn't that great. Well, go up to Los Angeles and go to Uncle Paulie's. And get yourself the Keith Hernandez's mustache, which is roast beef, Munster cheese, grilled onions. I mean, how great are the names on the sandwich board at a New York deli? Go to Uncle Paulie's and get yourself the A-Train. Go to Uncle Paulie's and get yourself the Dollar Van Hero, chicken cutlet, Swiss, little mustard, little mayo, little ketchup. You want it toasted or not? Of course, bacon on the Godfather. Do you guys want the Capo? We got the Capo sandwich. We got the John Gotti. We got the Giuliani with Russian dressing. We got welcome to Uncle Paulie's. We got the back to blue on a roll. It's called the back to blue sandwich. Of course, we got the Reggie, we got the Mr. October, we got the Derek Jeter's hit list. Uncle Paulie's, the only trans I support is in my Buick Skylark. We got the Soprano, of course. You're pulling up some names of sandwiches. Yeah, the Pinocchio from, you got to go to get the Pinocchio from Aldorio. It's a New York staple. Then, of course, you got the hot chicken palm from Meat Hook Sandwich Shop. You got to get the butt from Untamed Sandwiches. Of course, the breakfast roll. How about this one? The Uncle Jesse from Bauhaus. That's named after John Stamos. Yeah. Oh, God. That was funny. Uncle Paulie's keep the element out of the neighborhood. You know what the worst part about this is none of this has to do with Uncle Paulie's. We're just having a good time. Uncle Paulie's is the best. Someone else says Uncle Paulie definitely sees color. We're having too much fun. We're having too much fun on long days. I love you, Paulie. Thank you for the shirt. I just can't stop reading these because they're funny. Uncle Paulie's, where all the fries are served with a side of red, white, and blue cheese. Uncle Paulie's better not see you with my granddaughter. Welcome to Uncle Paulie's. Enjoy our famous sandwich with all meat matters. Okay. Oh, I'm crying. Sorry, Paulie. It's actually a delicious sandwich shop if you're in the Los Angeles area. They accept all genders, races, creeds, and political affiliations. Okay? Paulie's. You could also get an East Side cheesecake at Paulie's. He has, 3 locations? I got to give him some free advert because, we're having a good time at his expense. Paulie, I've known Paulie for years. No, that's not it. Uncle Paulie's Peruvian rotisserie chicken? That's not it. Where's that? Yo, Paulie, do you know that there's some Ecuadorian kid who's got a fucking shop called Peruvian rotisserie chicken and more? No, Uncle Paulie's Los Angeles. Oh, God. Oh, God. God, that was funny. Oh, God. Uncle Paulie's in downtown Los Angeles, Studio City, and coming soon more. I love his merch, too. He sent me a bunch. I'll give you one of his sweatshirts. He sent me like a whole fucking thing. And there's Paulie right there in the middle. Paulie once told me one of the most profound things I'll never forget. He said, the universe is balanced, which makes you think, like, if one guy has a talent and one, like, Justin Timberlake can do all these things, no way the kid doesn't have a micro penis. The universe is balanced, So that's why you can never be jealous of anybody, because whatever achievement they got, they also got some other deficiency, because we're all human. Look how delicious those sandwiches look, and I've heard how delicious they are. I love, because, the deli in New York is such like a staple, and he took that and he brought it out to Cooktown, USA. Uncle Paulie's, the only pride we got. No, I can't read that, Omar. I'm not going to reading that. Uncle Paulie's, the only bread we serve is white. I can't. These are the fans. Because if my smashed bean fluffs up, should I smear witch hazel on it? Yes. And of course he's got black and white cookies over at Uncle Paulie's. Oh, God, that was so funny. I'm fucking crying. Okay. So somebody called in a bunch of bomb threats to 3 Ivy League schools. I don't think there's any suspects. And you got to find that Marjorie Taylor Greene thing, but I don't think there's any suspects. The only suspect I could think of, who would be mad at the Ivy League, I would say people who are not being admitted. So I'm definitely going to have to maybe suspect the Asian and South Asian community for getting discriminated against for being so good at school that they have to figure out a way to not let them in. So maybe they called in the bomb threats. Columbia University, a couple of schools, a couple of egghead schools got bomb threats. Ithaca? No, that's Columbia. Cornell. I don't know. Or do you think maybe it could have been like some woke kids because there may be still one white male professor on campus? Or do you think, yeah, it could have just been some kids who were angry that they're still teaching math because math is racist? Bomb threats trigger evacuations at Columbia. Oh, God. What a fucking world we live in. This is a great one, Jess. Kamala Harris. Or are we at Marjorie Taylor Greene yet?
Yeah, I got that one up.
Let's go to the Marjorie Taylor Greene. These are two goodies. This one's been more of a fun one. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who, like I said before, is America's #1 soothsayer. When I want to know what's going on, I like to check in with Marjorie Taylor Greene because her views represent the best that this country has to offer as far as critical thinking and just, you know, high context and valuable opinions.
You got to pay for this one.
Oh, yeah, get the one you don't got to pay for. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Go to Fox News. I'm sure they celebrate it. Fox News. Our beloved Marjorie Taylor Greene. It probably starts. Marjorie Taylor Greene raises eyebrows by touting common ground with the Nation of Islam. This is where you say, how can Saturday Night Live do its job when life is doing its job for them? Because this would be a sketch. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. And then we go to Kamala. So the Nation of Islam, as you know, is a black nationalist group. They've been identified as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center for espousing deeply racist, more specifically anti-Semitic and anti-gay sentiments. Yeah, it's fair to say the Nation of Islam is no fan of the LGBTQ community. And like I said, they got their 101 fundamentals of hate down. They're no fans of the Jews. So, but good old Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a representative at the federal level. She's a congresswoman, or as I like to say, a congress thing. She was, of course, she's been slapped with fine after fine after fine for not wearing a mask. And she goes, on my recent visit to the D.C. jail, one of the things I picked up was some religious material. They had options, Christian and Islam. The D.C. jail offered Luis Farrakhan's Nation of Islam paper. Okay, we're setting it up. Now scroll down to what she said. She said, we have common ground there. The Nation of Islam sees the use and benefit of ivermectin and said the group is very angry that our media, let me translate that for what she said, the Jewish-run media, the Jewish-run Democrats, and the Jew-Italian himself, Dr. Fauci, have attacked. We have common ground. The Nation of Islam is also strongly opposed to the COVID-19 vaccine, and the Nation of Islam is very against children being given the COVID-19 vaccine. More common ground. This was a tweet. She did a long tweet here. So there you go. People want to know who's going to be Farrakhan's successor when the Nation of Islam loses their great leader. I think we have a nominee right here. Marjorie Taylor Greene may be the next leader of the Nation of Islam. They have a lot of common ground in hating Jews. Don't you love it when extremists on both sides finally find each other? How come nobody's making a fucking love story about that? Why is that not why don't, if you're going to remake The Notebook with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Luis Farrakhan, who find each other at a CrossFit facility somewhere in Canarsie, Brooklyn, where Farrakhan is burning incense and talking Jew hate, and Marjorie Taylor Greene wanders in because she's on the road. She's visiting because who knows, her college football team she thinks is in town somewhere, and she visits to a CrossFit facility that Farrakhan happens to be working out at because he wants to stay in shape and lead the Nation of Islam together, and they fuck and share bedtime niceties like fuck the Jews together. Fuck the Jews. Fuck the vaccine. Fuck Fauci. It is a match made in heaven. Marjorie Taylor Greene has finally found her soulmate, Luis Farrakhan. Can you just pick, how funny a sketch would that be if you did like quick cuts of them like having coffee together and one of them saying like, yeah, the Jews are behind everything. And they're cracking up and music is playing. Then the next thing you know, they pull out like a bottle of ivermectin. They start chugging it. They go like this with their bottles of ivermectin. They do one of those things. You know, they do those things. She's pouring the ivermectin in his mouth. He's pouring the ivermectin in her mouth. Here's a good one. Luis Farrakhan says that forcing the vaccine is a declaration of war. Greene continued, I'm strongly opposed to radical Islam. I'm strongly opposed to radical Islam. She's trying to make it work for her followers here. This is where her brain probably started to hurt a little bit. She goes, I'm strongly opposed to radical Islam, but I do believe in the freedom of religion guaranteed to us by our Constitution. So, hey, I didn't know these guys hated the Jews. Now that I know, they ain't so bad. They ain't so bad, people. Luis Farrakhan says the forcing the vaccine is a declaration of war. Yeah, so they found common ground, you know? She's out there spreading the word, the gospel, if you will, like, hey, listen, guys, don't be so judgmental about these Islamists. Okay? They get it. They get it more than I thought that they get it. Then you see them just like, you know, they're at a diner. You know, they go to a diner with crayons for the kids to draw. And like they're both drawing just like a caricature of a hooked Jew's money-grubbing Jew. And they're just giggling and giggling and giggling. And then music plays. It's like the Odd Couple. And Farrakhan is walking around just ripping hats off of Jews, and Marjorie Taylor Greene's laughing. God, nothing brings people together more than anti-Semitism. So hats off to this new love affair. I hope you guys have a long, prosperous, successful marriage. And I think it's going to work. I think hate is stronger than love. And nothing brings together people more than hate, dude. Think about it. If we had a common enemy, that's the only thing that's going to unite us in the world, right? So, Marjorie Taylor Greene never ceases to entertain. She's in love with Luis Farrakhan. Marjorie Taylor Greene will be the next guest speaker at your local mosque, where she will be welcome to the stage in an uproar of applause from men in suits holding newspapers that are trying to sell you on the highway. And Luis Farrakhan will be welcomed to sing the national anthem at whatever Akron, Ohio Technical Community College football game. Those are the two cultures coming together right there. I mean, we know the Nation of Islam well because they roll around New York a lot. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think, comes from that critical thinking sort of, you know, middle America, college football kind of, you know, elite class. Fun stuff. Even funner, not to be outdone. And I'm not talking about China building mock-ups of U.S. Navy ships in the desert and firing at them for missile practice. That's. I'm not talking about that type of fun. I'm talking about Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris needs some answers from NASA, and she needs them now. She has put NASA on notice, and she wants some answers about what the tree situation is. Can you believe sometimes before we were talking about a crisis of leadership in America, this is our vice president. She's the vice president of the United States. Can you play the clip? Kamala Harris asks NASA if they're able to track trees by race as a part of environmental justice. Let's take a little gander.
Measure trees. Part of that data that you're referring to, and it's in EJ, it's environmental justice. But you can also track by race. There are averages in terms of the number of trees in the neighborhood where people live.
Why? What is she talking about, dude? Is she like so addicted to identity politics that she's trying to tie? Do you think I think what happened is maybe she was listening and she tuned out. She just tuned out and then she tuned back in and they were like, do you have any questions, Kamala? And she just went to a go-to. Because whenever you go to any justice, whenever you veil any question in some sort of social justice veneer, nobody can question you without looking bad. Even if the question doesn't make sense at all. She said, is there any way that we are able to track trees by race as a part of environmental justice? That's like me saying, hey, is there any way for us to trace Gap t-shirts by race? Is there any way for me to trace plastic straws by race for environmental justice? Is there any way for me to trace sidewalk density by race in neighborhoods for equity? What was she trying to get at? Is there another one? Let's see what the article says. The video of Harris asking this specific question has gone viral on Twitter with over 1 million views. Many people went to Twitter to poke fun at the vice president. Here are some of the tweets. I can't get over the fact that environmental justice and tree equity are the real phrases Democrats use. I thought this was a Babylon Bee headline. Turns out it's our totally serious vice president. Yeah. So she wants to know apparently how much trees are in different neighborhoods. And somehow that will enlighten her as to if there is and any inequity, any racial injustice being done. Like, for example, I guess what if a neighborhood is highly diverse and has low trees? What is Kamala going to do then? What if a white neighborhood has less trees than a black neighborhood? For example, if you're in Bowie, Maryland, that happens to be a suburban. I mean, what is she talking about? Obviously, there's going to be more trees in suburban neighborhoods than city neighborhoods. And guess what? White people are not the only ones who live in suburbs. If you go to Atlanta, I guarantee you that there will be more trees in a black suburban area than there will be in a white affluent city area. Because guess what, Kamala? Cities have less fucking trees. If you live in a city, there's less fucking trees because they've paved over where the fucking trees grow out of. What kind of fucking distraction nap were you in that you just woke up and threw race at whatever was being talked about? She could have woken up and they could have been talking about kitchen cabinets, and she said, is there any way to track how many kitchen cabinets are actually made out of wood by race for environmental justice? Vice President Harris visited the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland on Friday. She was there to see vital climate science work. So she was there for, to discuss climate and what our future is. And Harris asked someone said, woke question that has caused thousands of Twitter users to mock her. She asked NASA if they could use its satellites to track trees by race. So listen, guys, social justice has now extended itself to trees, dude. You got you have some very white supremacist trees out there. Those trees need to be cut down. Those are okay. The trees that need to stay are trees from disenfranchised neighborhoods. Those are the good trees. And then there's bad trees. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say except that all trees matter. Patreon.com/Yanni LongDays. Please join. I told you why. We're going twice a week now, so get ready for that. This episode comes to you every Saturday, and then we have our guest episode on our beautiful guest set every Thursday. We got great interviews coming up, so you're going to really enjoy. Go to YannisPappasComedy.com for tickets. I got dates coming up all over the place, guys. So I'd really appreciate if you guys went and saw if your city was on there. And if your city's on there, you know what to do. You know exactly what to do. Here we go. I am in Point Pleasant, New Jersey on December 3rd and the 4th at Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club. Then I'm at Comics Mohegan Sun on December 16th, 17th, and 18th. Plano, Texas, January 6th, 7th, and 8th. San Diego, California, January 20th through the 22nd. Tampa, Florida, one show, Side Splitters, on 2/10, February 10th. Then Edmonton, February 22nd. February 17th to the 19th. Then New Westminster. I'm going to be in Canada, 24th to 26th. Bloomington, Minnesota, March 3rd to the 5th. San Antonio, Texas, March 24th to the 26th. Phoenix, Arizona, the 14th through the 17th. And more dates coming up in Arlington and some other places. And I will add those dates. They'll be going on my website. So please, YannisPappasComedy.com. Get tickets to see me live. And now we would like to welcome our small business shout-outs that support this show. We support you like you support us. Time to give a shout-out to these small businesses. We love you guys to death, man. My boy Nate Linder, natelinder.com. He will help you build your website, run your digital advertising campaign. He is a social media manager and marketer. Hit him up, natelinder.com. Get in touch with him. He'll make your dreams come true online. Everyone needs to up their social media game, and let Nate Linder help you, natelinder.com. Andrew Cuomo's secretary, you know what it is, zjamarealty.com. If you are a fan of this show and you need to find an apartment in New York, or any commercial real estate spot for your business, whatever have you, zjamarealty.com. Hit these screwed-in Jewish kids up immediately. Then, of course, if you're doing the same thing, but it's in South Florida, you hit up our boy Grant Trower, theatlanticrealtygroup.com, 954-591-6465. At Grant_Trower on the gram. He will find you a spot in the South Florida area. Same thing. Chris Minetti. How you doing, Chrissy? Chrissy, let me tell you something right now. I'm going to bring some people to you. They're going to bring checks. You're going to give them cash. So, we're talking about Minetti Financial Services. Okay, if you need a business check cash in the Philly, South Jersey area, call Chris. 215-750-3730. There's only one thing he can guarantee you, and that is the IRS can't track it. Capiche? Then, of course, we got Michael Hamlet Jr., thebronxbrand.com. It's a show, an absolute showcase of Bronx artist creativity. I love it. T-shirts, art, music, everything. Just go peruse bronxbrand.com. 15% off your order with the code FUMES. Get yourself a real slice of New York. Something cool from an artist. The artists get revenue share, so you're supporting those artists, and you're getting original art. Don't put a fucking poster up of Van Gogh in your house. Get an original piece of art from an original artist that you like. Original art has soul in it. BronxBrand.com. Reese Orman, TechVera.com. Instead of hiring an IT department, hire TechVera. Very simple. Cybersecurity, cybercrime, whatever you need. All things IT, they'll offer you 24/7, 365 coverage. Check out techvera.com. Wasdadealis. Guess who it is? East Side Cheesecakes. And I think we got a big announcement. Okay? Here we go. East Side Cheesecakes. Unfortunately, LongDays 15% off won't be honored by DoorDash just yet. So the code will be for local pickup and delivery only. So if you do LongDays, you'll get 15% off local pickup and delivery in the Los Angeles area. But they are going live October 31st. That's a couple of days for national shipping. So it's already happened. Fuck, it's November 10th. Are you sure I shouldn't get a fucking CAT scan? Come on, man. Yeah, go order yourself your Eastside Cheesecake right the hell now. EastsideCheesecakes.com, dude. They send it to you fresh and packed. If you're having a birthday, you're having a party, you want dessert, try Eastside Cheesecakes. They will send it to your door. Go to EastsideCheesecakes.com. Place your order, Eastside Cheesecakes on the gram right now. Very happy to hear it. My order is coming soon, Julia and Gregory. Awesome to hear. For the free.us. All things Hawaii. All things music. You want to know about free galas? You want to know about bands? You want to know about music in Hawaii? Go to forthefree.us and peruse. Just take a peruse of this organization that's dedicated to providing artists from Hawaii a place to develop. Free shows. They post free music. Just learn about these awesome new musicians coming out of Hawaii if you love music. And if you don't, you may find music that you love. Forthefree.us. Rob's Mental fucking Playground, my friends. I need you guys to go visit the playground for this month. Get 15% off apparel, 20% off prints, 25% off paintings. Codes, holiday apparel, holiday print, holiday painting. All one word, Rob's Mental Playground. Are you sick of gift cards and other last minute BS? Asks Rob. Crappy holiday gifts? Find your people something different and special this year on robsmentalplayground.com. Go to robsmentalplayground.com and buy something for someone this holiday season. Exclusiveautoshipping.com for my boy Jared Z from the Stink Box. Okay, exclusiveautoshipping.com. They'll move your car wherever in the world. Give them a call. Get your free quote if you are moving. They will let you know. They ship and can handle any route a customer gives. Nation fucking wide, even Alaska, Puerto Rico, and for the freeze, Hawaii. Also internationally. All right? So go to exclusiveautoshipping.com. Now, we have a very special member who we need to get to. Guys, a very special member. I'd like to give a shout out to Zach Tomasco. He's a singer-songwriter who makes chicken parm and white t-shirts type of music. Whether you like your sounds mature or freshly 18, go hit up Zach Tomasco, and he will give you a little break from this dystopia we live in. All right? You believe the end is near? Think there's nothing good or new coming? Well, you're absolutely right. So let's come together and spit roast a week over the heat rising from these sweet basement noises. ZachTomasco.com/merch for all his merch and his new album, There Used to Be a Future. For now, here's Zach Tomasco. So I like that. It's available wherever you listen to music. Tomasco is pronounced like Tabasco. Instead of B, there's an M. Tomasco. So Zach Tomasco, this kid's got good music, man. I listen to it. So hit up ZachTomasco.com. Check out his music and let me know what you think. Thank you, Zach Tomasco, singer-songwriter. Now for our new Patreon names. Okay, I know a few people have been complaining that they haven't got their names shot out on the pod. I don't know what's going on. John O., I hear you loud and clear, my friend. And by queer, I mean clear. I can't pronounce anything. John O., you hit me up on every possible social media site. Give it up, everybody, for John O. John O. I see you. And then, of course, we got Jay, the skanky gay dog. I see you too, dog. I see you guys. What else? Diamond Dick Hands. I left the Patreon because you were hating on the right so hard. I'm not super right. I'm libertarian. Well, welcome back, you fucking cock. Anyone who leaves because of something I say, what the fuck? This isn't the Ben Shapiro show. You're here for comedy. If you don't like something, wait till next week. Something's coming for you. Graham Croon, Vincent. Who did I miss? Jeffrey Tubin's keyboard. I've said you. Zach Rojas. Leave me the fuck alone, guys. I don't know why I'm missing some people. I don't know. But welcome to the Patreon. Roger, David, Paul, Prendeville, Jay Morgan, Neil Vo, Hot PP Jefferson, a.k.a. the Christidis Kid. Welcome, Hot PP Jefferson. We got Lee, Nathan Hickerson, G Zenner Projects LLC. Screwed-in kid. Got himself a shot out. Nobody knows what it is, though. So, these kids want to get into that $100 level. I'm sorry, it's sold out. Jared Harvin joined to finally hear his episode. How great was Jared Harvin? And he was also great opening for me in Baltimore. Thanks to everyone who came out. We had a blast. Whitney Quaint, Graham Croon, Nick Newland, Matthew Buck, Triple X, Tim Farrell, Hayden Roche, Alex Goulin, Andrew Armstrong, Andrew Sorensen, welcome, Grayson Quadil, Stephen Sims, Dimitri Olshansky, Nathan Aguilar. This is Carly's father, Carly Aquilino, I believe, who's a comic. Check her out, Carly Aquilino. Her pops is on here. Shout outs to you. Thank you for loving the podcast so much. I'm not even sure if that's you, but I know you're on there because we messaged. Ricky Bobby, Michael Quinn, Luke Tartar, Thomas Scolan, and this one I love is just G. So welcome, G. If I missed your name somehow, just let me know. I'll fucking read it, okay? Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
It's been a